Hi there, and welcome back to another review. Today's film is One Battle After Another, directed by PTA, that is Paul Thomas Anderson, and it has a pretty incredibly stacked cast, including the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, Tiana Taylor, and others. I heard that this film was rather political, and yes, I can confirm that the film does indeed play fast and loose with its political messages. However, regardless of the side of the political spectrum you fall on, whether it's on the left, right, or somewhere in between, I can say that this movie will have you talking about it for days and weeks to come. As always, potential spoilers ahead, and consider this your warning. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the positives. This movie, although it is almost 3 hours long, is very entertaining. All the actors and actresses bring such gravitas to their characters that every time they're on screen, they're never boring. Like none of the characters are dull. There's always something going on, and it brings you along for the ride without feeling like a chore or a ride you just want to get off. For me, my favorite character would have to be Benicio del Toro as the karate instructor. He was so funny, and this movie was surprisingly funny. So many times with all the seriousness or the emotional scenes were just very bogged down. There would be little slices of comedy throughout the film to keep you guessing and laughing, as well as just digesting all the stuff that you were seeing on screen. And while other films, this could be to their detriment, this film pulls it off. It's not a film that will throw in comedy during serious scenes, but it will throw in comedy when some of the scenes are going a little bit down or the pacing is going a little bit down. But yeah, Benicio del Toro was great. Even when I don't think he was trying to be funny, it came across as funny and got a few laughs for me, especially during one of the scenes where he's getting arrested and he's like doing this little dance as he's backing up to the police officers. And I don't know why, but it just made me laugh. And even though this movie has a relatively simplistic plot, essentially the film boils down to a retired revolutionist trying to find his daughter who is now caught up in the shenanigans of his past life. But I didn't find that it took away anything from the film. And Sean Penn, my goodness, Sean Penn as Lockjaw is probably the villain of the year. He is undoubtedly over the top, but done in a way that reflects someone who is unquestionably a bad person, but has been positioned in a way that he now has power and control, giving way to the villain that we see on screen. And every time his character was on screen, you just couldn't look away. And since we were constantly rooting against him, you just wanted to see what would happen to his character by the end of the movie. This movie is definitely a timely reflection of the world we live in, and it doesn't shy away from that at all. You see the differences in political ideologies in this movie, yes, pushed to the extremes, but it is definitely represented in a way that you can clearly see the divide and the lengths that people will go when there's just no common ground between one another. And this, of course, brings me to the mix. Even though there was a lot I liked about the film, it did, however, have me feeling a bit mixed with certain elements. The movie is essentially a cycle of hatred and evil being pushed from various angles, and what we see are people from every side answering the call to the extreme in their actions. If you're wanting a movie to escape the realities of the modern US, the modern world, and the political differences, then this probably isn't the movie for you. Yes, it's set in modern day USA, but even though there's no year mentioned, it's clear based on what's happening and the context that it is definitely in modern day. And even though the ending is played in a way where it seems hopeful, after thinking about it, it is pretty dire. I mean, the daughter takes up the mantle of the mom, but to what end? We see the French 73rd free refugees throughout this movie, but the film doesn't explore the ramifications of those they are freeing. Where do they go? How do they get better? Instead, the film skips over this and thus gives us a brief motivation, but without any real follow through. But in the end, I will say that One Battle After Another is worthy of watching and taking in for what it is. That is the reflection of the worst we can be to one another. And while you may not agree with its political messages or concerns, it maintains its ability to entertain you throughout its almost 3 hour runtime. And for me, this film landed at a 4 out of 5 stars. It's an enjoyable ride and one that I would like to take again. I definitely want to see this movie again once it comes out on streaming. But what about you? Did you enjoy one battle after another? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like this review, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Film Sense with Brian.